Eilat Leiber, Director of the Tower of David Museum. Thank you for talking to me. I thought it would be nice to start by looking at the Tower of David Museum and you telling me essentially what makes it so unique, what makes it so magical. And also, I'd like to hear about the major renovation and renewal it's undergone recently. And we'll start there.
Okay, so first of all, the Tower of David Museum located in the beautiful ancient citadel of the city called Tower of David.
Yeah.
And the citadel is a huge, beautiful complex. It's like the jewel of the crown of Jerusalem, since it's the highest point in the old city. And it's the main entrance to the old city of Jerusalem. We should know that the old city of Jerusalem is a very old city.
Yes.
We're talking about 4,000 years of history. And of course, it's the most important city for the three monotheistic religions. We're talking about Judaism, Christianity, and Islam.
Yeah.
So it's the gateway to Jerusalem, the Tower of David. First of all, the citadel and the archaeological sites, because here it's like the real timeline of Jerusalem. You can follow the remains and feel that this is the journey into history.
Yeah.
And together with the new museum is a spotlight to the stories of the city.
Yes.
So it's the key to understand the story of Jerusalem, to get to know how actually the history of Jerusalem, it's parallel to the history of the world, because we're talking about many cultures, Hellenistic period, Roman period, Crusader period, Ottomans, everything is here. It's actually the gateway to understand Jerusalem and Tower of David.
Yeah.
And together with the museum, we are a real bridge between people from all over the world.
Yeah.
Tourists, Israelis, all the communities of the city and the old city can meet here to touch Jerusalem through music and cultural events, because Jerusalem is much more than history and archaeology. It's a vibrant city, so you can enjoy culture, fashion, food, design, art. So it's about experience Jerusalem. We have the layer of archaeology, history, but we want to touch the heart of the city right now. So laying on this rich history, we can discover what is Jerusalem, the markets, the people, the communities, the architecture, the small neighborhoods, homes, families. It's a huge content and rich experience. And in the last 3 years, we realized that we want to engage the young generation with the story of Jerusalem. So together with cultural events, exhibitions, guided tours, we wanted to find a new language to tell the story. And of course, we wanted technology. Everybody wants to use technology, but we had to find the right technology to tell our story. Since technology is a good tool, but it's just the tool. The message, the content is the main idea. So we decided to cooperate with the companies, with the very talented people. As you know, Israel is a startup nation. So everywhere everywhere you can find good ideas and good technology, especially in the fields of medicine and security, but less in museums and tourism. So we decided to cooperate with some companies.
Okay.
And when we did the first hackathon here to find
Techathon.
the right technology application, we knew that this is the right way, because all we have is the beautiful sites.
Yeah.
We have the collections, we have beautiful archive, a lot of information, knowledge maps, models. All we need is technology to build something new.
Right.
And the first collaboration was very successful. And then we decided to open our innovation lab. We were the first museum in Israel to have an innovation lab.
Yeah.
But more than this, especially here at the Tower of David, inside this ancient walls, to be able to use technology, it was a great challenge.
Yes. Gosh,
we
yes.
have a lot of preservation and conservation issues here.
Yeah.
Try to think, we're talking about gallery from 2,000 years ago.
Yes.
Now try to think about infrastructure here. It's different. It's a challenge.
A huge challenge.
Yes. But actually it happened, and the government liked it, and we had many partners to our vision. And till last March, we had more than 10 companies working with us, developing technology. And we had the first virtual tour to the old city of Jerusalem.
Yes.
Step into history, we call it. And you could take the headsets and walk from the museum to the old city using the headset and see how Jerusalem looked like 2,000 years ago, by the time of Herod the Great, for example. So you can see the remains, and you don't need to use just your imagination. You can use animation, graphic design, and see the markets, the street, the people, the temple. And it was very, very exciting.
Yes.
And since this year, it was the first time after many years that we wanted to celebrate, the Ramadan together with the Jewish holidays and the Christian holidays.
Mm-hmm.
But since the COVID-19 crisis, we experienced the lockdown here in Israel, and we couldn't actually celebrate here in the museum, and pilgrims didn't come. Mm-hmm. So we knew that we can bring Jerusalem to their home.
Exactly.
And since we worked with Blamey and we had the beautiful product called the Holy City, we could not just bring Jerusalem to their homes and screen. More than this, the Holy City took you to the great ceremonies that we could, take photos and video a year ago.
Yes.
So you could join the ceremony of the Saturday of the Light in the Church of the Holy Sepulchre in the Christian Quarter. You could join the ceremony on the Temple Mount during Ramadan, and also visit the Wailing Wall in the Jewish quarter of Jerusalem. You can hear the music, you can see the people, you can be part of the ceremony. Yes. And of course, you can get a lot of information if you want about the historical sources, about archaeological sites connected to the story. And it was the first clue to understand that this year is going to be different.
Exactly. Yes. I think the digital space has been such a huge opportunity. It really has, in terms of keeping engaged with people.
So we moved to the digital area and developed different content for different people.
Yes.
Because the Tower of David, you should know, last year we had more than 600,000 visitors from all over the world. Half of them are tourists.
Yeah.
Coming to Israel. Half of them are Christians, the rest are Muslims or Jewish people. No matter who you are, you can find your narrative, your story. And technology can help us to personalize the message and bring Jerusalem to you in very different ways. So we developed virtual tours to Jerusalem.
Yes.
We took different stories, for example, strong, interesting women from the history of Jerusalem, talking about families and children. We developed content for them by using theater, music, graphic design, activities for children at home. So we could actually keep the museum and of course the old city and Jerusalem very vibrant and
relevant. Yes,
for our visitors.
And of course, I suppose you're also increasing your visitors because you're reaching new audiences all the time, potentially.
Yes, of course. And I must say that it was in the beginning very difficult to cooperate with other museums and sites in Jerusalem because it was kind of a shock in the beginning.
Yes,
most of them thought it's going to be very short.
Yes.
And it took time actually to realize that you have to change the point of view and change the plans.
Yes.
But I must say that right now we have many cooperations with different institutions. For example, we can host musicians here, and together with our virtual tours, we can offer even concerts for our visitors together because we have beautiful sites and amazing view. So it's it's very rich experience to enjoy music together with history, archaeology.
Yes.
And now actually we are planning to increase this kind of activities
really
to this winter and next spring.
That's wonderful. Will you make permanent changes? Do you think you'll continue in the digital space permanently to an extent? Do you think this will be a permanent change for the future?
Actually, I don't think so because I can see it's a good solution for many people, especially for adults. But I can see the passion to come back. to come back to the city, to the real thing. I could
Yes.
see that during last August, when the situation got better in Jerusalem, we had so many visitors, you can't imagine. Actually, we had to manage our visitors and we couldn't accept
Right.
everybody. But I could see the desire of our visitors to be able to breathe, the air
Yes.
and to be outside and to be in the special, space of museums and cultural institutions. And people want to be together.
Yes.
Um, it's a social experience. So I believe that in the future, of course, people will try, to find more activities and information in the digital space, but they won't give up. And
No, true. It's not a substitute. No, that's very true. Do you think audiences are changing and becoming less passive and more wanting to be protagonists in their own exploration of storytelling in a museum?
absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. I can see it's changing all the time, and I think that it's an amazing opportunity for institutions and for museums to be able to find new, stories, new workers, because I can see every day I get so many proposals and offers for content
Yeah.
because people, spending time at home, thinking. It's a good time for creativity.
Yeah.
So I must tell you, I have more proposals for exhibition this year
Really?
I never had before. There's
Yes.
so many, creative people. Some of them are, journalists, some of them are artists,
Mm-hmm.
since they have time to think
Yes.
and to read and to learn. And I must say, some of them are beautiful ideas that I'm planning actually to
Wonderful.
planning
Yes.
to show. Mhm.
I think in some ways the pandemic has sort of driven creativity and has driven innovation. And I think there are positives to be taken from it.
Absolutely, I agree. I agree. For us, it's a very special time
Mm-hmm.
since we planned our renovation projects
Yes.
and our schedule actually met with this crisis.
Really. Yeah.
Um, and we can invest our time here to actually renew this museum and to preserve the site and to think about the future. And it's a great opportunity because, it happened. And
Yes.
the tourists are not here and the visitors are not here, we can improve our project. We can actually prepare this site for them for the future in a better way,
Yeah.
because we have the time we need. We are very fortunate to have the budget we need, and
Yes.
I hope that our visitor will find the museum very updates and different. And it was very important why people were, at home to find new members to
Yes.
the board of the museum from different communities, from different ages. because the crisis gives us time to think different.
Yes, true.
Listen to other people, and to leave our previous plans and to open our mind
Yes,
to
to do new things. I think one of the amazing things, you were already doing incredibly innovative stuff with mixed reality and augmented reality, virtual reality, and with projection mapping and different ways of telling stories, even before the pandemic. How are you going to carry that into the future?
As you just said, we in this museum we realized that technology can make a difference here. So
Yes.
the magical night show was the first project, and 10 years ago,
Yeah.
and the King David show is our new show. And actually, we are planning our third new
Oh,
show.
good. Really?
Because it's magic, and
Yes.
because I believe that, especially now, cultural institutions and museums belong to the public, belong to the city.
Yes.
And that's why they must stay open all day long and weekends and during evenings and nights, because it's very expensive property,
Yes.
and because people need places to meet and to be parts, and we're trying to engage different communities with our content. So Jerusalem is a very special city because of the
Yeah.
diversity
The communities.
of the society.
Yeah.
So um, our third show, we talk about this, and we use the same, best technology of the world, which is laser projection and amazing sound, to bring the core of the people of Jerusalem, and to mix the culture of Jerusalem, especially here in this amazing site. So I think we have a lot of work to finish the project, and
Yes.
to actually create a new show, a new exhibition. And I hope that soon, together with the end of this crisis, the Tower of David Museum will be able to open the gates again. But even if not, everything will be digital.
Yes.
Screen.
That's fantastic. I can't wait to see what happens next. I really can't. Thank you so much for talking to me today. I've enjoyed it.
Thank you so much, and hope to meet again here.